I am back. Today I saw this video and it was a video called basically exposing Meet Kevin and Meet Kevin, financial education, and Tom Nash, who, I don't really rock with Meet Kevin, but nonetheless, I mean, just off of the whole situation with the whole selling the dip type of stuff. So today we're gonna react to a smaller creator, but it's called Exposing Financial YouTubers, and we're gonna get active. Thought this was an interesting video, and I was thinking about doing one on black creators, but nonetheless, we'll check it out and see what he's talking about. I haven't watched the full video yet either.
Hello investors, welcome back to another video. Over the last 2 years, the financial space on YouTube has mushroomed, but there's still one thing we are lacking, and that's accountability. So why not change that today? In this video, I'm going to share 5 stocks that were literally pumped by YouTubers, and at the end, I also have a surprise for you. And the first stock is Coinbase.
You buy Coinbase under $400.
Stop right there. I bought Coinbase for 400 and I lost about 100. I think I bought one share and I lost because I wasn't sure, and I lost about $150 before I sold it and put it back in as a Voyager stock. I think I bought those in at $15, and guess what? I lost more money on that. I'm gonna check that though. We'll see.
Very heavily.
Under 400 is what's really interesting to me.
I think that it's going to go way higher.
Jesus Christ. So I had sold at like 250. It's at 160 now.
Now, if you watch YouTube videos, you already know last year it was actually one of the hottest companies. As a matter of fact, Kathy Wood has it as well. It's nearly 6% of her fund. I'm sure you might be thinking, well, it's very easy for you to make this video now, Sagar, because all these stocks are down by 50, 60. In some instances, I'm not even joking here, down by 70%. So why didn't you make this video 6 months ago or maybe 10 months ago? Because that would really help investors. Well, I did. I clearly covered Coinbase and all the companies I'm going to mention in this video, and I clearly mentioned they're expensive and please stay away from them. Now, Coinbase, if you aren't familiar with this company, basically it's a crypto platform. Now, retail investors like you and me, we love it because it's just so simple to use. Crypto can actually be very complicated, and it's actually very safe and very well regulated as well. But we do pay a very high fees for that. We pay nearly 1.4% compared to funds that only pay 0.1%. That does.
I wonder how much other like, because I know Coinbase is expensive. I completely stopped buying crypto on there, but I wonder how much like other platforms charge in reference to Coinbase, because they're obviously probably one of the more expensive ones.
Does seem like a hefty fees there. So if retail investors like you and me, we love the company, what's the problem? There are 2 big problems. The first one is the underlying business. It's not stable, because remember, at the end of the day, we are still talking about crypto, and in the case of Coinbase, more than 80% of the revenue, 87% to be exact, is transaction revenue. If the price is not going to be high enough, in this case we are mainly talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum, well, not many people will want to buy it, so we won't have many transactions. And the second problem here is fees. Remember I mentioned retail investors, they're paying 1.4%. Well, here's the problem. That's actually very high because the crypto market is not regulated.
Houston, we have a problem.
So technically, if you and me want to start our own platform, we can do it, and we can actually charge 0.6% or 0.8%. As a matter of fact, that's already happening. So if you check Coinbase competitors, some of them are even bigger than Coinbase, you'll notice they actually charge less, and that's how they got economies of scale. And we can
I just read that crypto.com charges 0.4%. So that's a big difference. And you're taking fees of 0.4 and 0.6 respectively on the same transactions. Interesting.
already see the pressure on fees. So if you take 2020 for example, in the case of Coinbase, from all the transactions, the fee part was 0.57%. But the next year, 2021, the fee part became 0.41%. So it actually decreased significantly. Unfortunately, because of regulations, which there aren't so many, competitors can simply enter and charge less. And that's not a good thing for Coinbase. The second stock is SoFi. And if you're liking this video and you like to support my channel, please click the like button down below. It really helps me out.
I think
hit the
SoFi
like.
is a great company. We'll still have about 40% to go based on my DCF model.
I do.
All right, well, let me just stop right there. This is kind of a little disingenuous because the thing about investing is no one's going to be right 100% of the time. Warren Buffett isn't right 100% of the time. So this isn't supposed to be financial advice. These are companies that, you know, these people believe in. And just because we're looking at from the short term perspective that they've gone down, I mean, long term, these companies will most likely go back up, like more than, I believe, 100%. Most of the companies that are down 50, 60%, if we look back 2 years from now, they'll go up. So it's a little bit disingenuous because, like, especially when he gets to talking about Jeremy, financial education, because he looks at stuff from 6 to 7 years out. So he's actively buying companies right now as they're going down and they're losing money on top of it. But 5 to 6 years from now, they will most definitely be up and everything is on sale. So I just think that's a little bit interesting because if you're a long-term investor, it's like the dip right now is definitely painful, but it's not going to be something that's going to last. Like eventually the stocks will go back up. And this is the time where people are getting rich because people are definitely building their stock portfolios.
We'll have exposure to about $1 million of SoFi stock.
Jesus.
Now, just like Coinbase, users of SoFi actually love the company. But at the end of the day, we are investors, so we need to think about this objectively. Now, SoFi has 3 business segments. The first one is lending, that's the lion's share of the business, more than 70%. The second one is financial services, and the third one is technology platform, that's basically Galileo. Now, I won't be covering them extensively because I've already done that previously. So if you'd like to know more about it, you can simply click over here. I value your time, so I don't want to repeat information. But 2 or 3 years ago, SoFi was actually a very profitable company, and that was mainly because it was only an agent. They would get student loans, for example, but they would never keep it on the balance sheet like a normal lender. They would actually sell it to other financial institutions like JP Morgan or Bank of America. But now things are changing because now SoFi plans to keep all these loans on their balance sheet, and that's how they get interest income. Now, the first time I covered SoFi, this was the title. It says "Forget SoFi" by this bank. And in that video, I was indirectly suggesting you can actually check HDB because it actually has a very decent track record. So let's do something interesting. Let's just check the stock price and how they actually did. As you can see over here, HDB didn't do anything special. It actually didn't move. In the case of SoFi, it actually got crushed. So if you actually took that advice, you would end up in a very decent position. But here's what I find disturbing. In all these companies, or most of them, the management gets a very decent salary. They have options as well. YouTubers, of course, they have YouTube AdSense. On top of it, if they have their paid service,
I mean, people are going to get paid regardless. Like, even if they were right or wrong, people are going to get paid. So that's also not really, I mean, people get paid to do videos. Like, so whether they were talking about the stock market going down or it going up, they're going to get paid. And then the same thing with management. Like, you go to work, you get paid. So if you work at SoFi and you're a manager of SoFi, and some of them get bonuses and stuff when the company is doing well. So they might not even be getting the bonus, the amount of money that they should be getting. So, yeah.
Totally get it. But at the end of the day, the only people who actually lose money are viewers, people like you and me. So we support all these creators, and at the end of the day, we are at the losing side of the trade. How does this actually make sense? Because
short term, you're losing short term, but long term, I mean, I keep saying this because I was following Jeremy when his channel was at 10,000 subscribers, and like to see him go from what he is now to multi-millionaire, it's like, I don't know. Like, short term, this market's doing bad, but long term, everything's gonna go up.
I simply can't comprehend that.
We don't know when though.
No.
Now, the third stock is Palantir.
Palantir might be a Tesla level generational disruptive company.
Getting it under 30, I don't think you can go wrong on Palantir.
Palantir is going to go on some epic runs over the next 3 to 5 years.
You heard that? 3 to 5 years. They just started talking about this stock like a year ago. 3 to 5 years. 5 years from now, I'm pretty sure it's whatever price it is right now, because I don't know. I have it in my watch list, but if it keeps going down, I'm going to start buying some of it too, because, yeah. He's looking at everything short term.
Palantir will hit $1 trillion valuation.
I have a target price of $81.
Next one, Palantir. This one I really like as well. Downside for this one is going to be very limited. I think you're going to see some big upward movement with this one.
Now here I need to be careful because literally everyone pumped it, so I might get dislikes. But let's just
Yeah,
say
it's at
decent
11.96 now.
product, decent company, but I just didn't like the valuation. As a matter of fact, 11 or 12 months ago when I started covering this stock, I think it was between 20.
You know what people don't like? They didn't like Tesla's valuation, and it continued to go up. And it's starting to come back down. But don't get me wrong, if you had sold last year, you would have made a great amount of money. So that's the thing. Like, investing is just taking, educated risk, and it's not going to work out 100% of the time. And just like they were saying this market was going to crash last year, which is true, it could have easily went up when this virus came out last year. And I watched and I was like, oh, we about to make some really good money because it's going to crash and I'm going to buy more stock. It went down and came straight back up and I missed the whole dip. So, yeah.
$20 and $22, so obviously the stock hasn't done well. Please don't tell me the index is down, so obviously the company's down. The index is down by 15%. I shared all my holdings, you can check all of them. The worst one was Facebook, and that's down by 20% since I started covering it. But
$166,000 stock portfolio. That ain't bad though, bro.
this company actually put my neck on the line because I made this video, and you can see the title. It is a bit clickbaity, I totally accept it, but even if that helped 2 or 3 people, because it actually got 200 or 300 dislikes.
Emotional damage.
But
I like
if it
his
helped
editing
just 2 or
though.
3 people, I'm very satisfied with that because the valuation simply didn't make sense. And here's what I don't understand. We all have mistakes. So in my case, for example, I've shared Nintendo. Twitter also wasn't a good stock. I didn't lose money there, but not a good stock. In the case of Facebook, I mentioned it's down by 20%. I shared all these mistakes. But with all these creators, it seems like they don't accept that.
Mostly because I'm often right.
They actually said no.
His editing is on point. Yeah. Like, it's funny though, because I mean, the person I wouldn't, I did an exposed video on me, Kevin, too. But I think it's interesting because talking about me, Kevin, he bought back in and the market is still crashing. So just saying.
It's just fine. Companies doing just fine, just average, buy more, buy the dip. It's down by 70%. How much more are you going to buy? I just can't get it. Now the next stock is NEO.
With NEO, where it's gone, I did say that
NEO
I
was a
thought the
big one.
stock should finish probably up around 100 by the end of this year.
Sheesh.
Is a banger.
Leave my mans alone.
Drop all the way down to 20, and then somebody say, Keenan, why isn't Neo dropping? So you could buy it. That's why it's dropping.
There you go.
Now I guess this was expected, the writing was on the wall. Tesla did so well, so of course don't invest in Tesla. Look for the next Tesla, and that's why we pumped the shit out of NEO, and obviously it didn't do well, it's down by 50 or 60%. Now I like to keep my videos short, so in this case I'm just saying NEO, but yesterday I checked another video where this guy was actually promoting Lucid. They don't even have deliveries, and of course the stock is also down by 40 or 50%. I'm sure you also saw some shitty
NEO's at $17 now. Well, I'm about to. Yeah. All this stuff's on sale, and I wasn't buying because everybody was buying, but this is what I buy. People go out and that's not true. I do go out, but I haven't been shopping in a long time. Except for these shirts, these hoodies. I bought a couple of these.
companies, creators were pushing them. So if
You
you
should
saw
too.
some companies, just
Link
let
in
me know in the
description.
comment section down below. I can actually make another video and another one. I won't stop. And the next stock here is Lemonade.
Lemonade. This is a company that I have over
remember that.
$210,000 invested in.
Like, I think this is one of the most disruptive companies.
Lemonade is a fully disruptive company in the insurance industry.
If you've been watching my videos, you already know I hate this company. As a matter of fact, look at the title, don't buy the stock. I think it's pretty obvious because the numbers simply don't make sense. Yet for some reason, creators still like it. And now we come to the last part where I have a surprise for you.
I'm ready.
Now please remember, I won't tell you the name, let's just hide that and the number of subscribers because then you might be able to guess. In this case, the creator posted a video 2 months ago or 3 months ago and then he stopped posting. But he was promoting many bad stocks. Just check the comments here just for a second. You can see that someone bought a stock at 200, now it's at 90, he's not covering that stock anymore. And this is the problem. Remember I told you there's no accountability? That's the biggest problem for YouTube. And in some cases, I know many creators actually delete these videos. So they promote bad stocks, the stocks go down by 80 or 90%, and then they simply delete these videos. So how do we...
Yeah, I ain't giving y'all no stock picks because, yeah, I wouldn't do it, but that's just me.
Change this. I have two simple solutions. If you have more, just let me know in the comment section down below. First, I can cover all these bad companies and tell you they're bad because I do this. It's my full-time job. I've been investing for the last 5 or 6 years, so I know how to analyze companies. I can do it for you. The problem is I don't want to focus all my energy on bad stocks. I want to share good, profitable companies with you because not many people do it. But there's a second way to do this as well. You can actually learn how to invest, and that would help because at the end of the day, it's your...
We might go into another video of his because I wonder what's in his portfolio because, I mean, from the looks of it, most of the market is down. So I know it's easy to point out these stocks that have gotten pumped because, I mean, they did get pumped by these guys and people probably still do believe in them. But I just think it's interesting because everything is down in the market. If you were a big supporter of anything last year, you've lost money, except for airline stocks. Those aren't down. But other than that, I'm gonna see what is. Might go to his portfolio channel.
Your money, it is your responsibility.
Oh shoot.
Hello investors, welcome back to another video. Over the last 2 years, the financial space on YouTube has much... I won't tell you the name, let's just the comments here, just delete these videos. So they promote bad stocks, the stocks go down by 80 or 90%, and then they simply delete these videos. So how do we change this? I have two simple solutions. If you have more, just let me know in the comment section down below. First, I can cover all these bad companies and tell you they're bad because I do this. It's my full-time job. I've been investing for the focus all my energy on bad stocks as well. You can actually learn how to invest, and that would help because at the end of the day, it's your money.
Okay, he told you to learn how to invest. Let's see what I subscribe to him. His name is. I'll tell you what his name is. Hold on.
So you're literally gonna watch me earn several $1,000s while filming this video. Okay, so just keep this number in mind. We're currently at 1.7. Is that an ad?
Oh my god.
Let me just
Hello investors.
Yeah, usually I'm on my other channel, not like you broke people. I have premium, but I don't have it on this one. So obviously, let me see how many ads he has. Oh, you don't have that. Probably was the. Oh, it's under 7 minutes. If a video's under 8 minutes, you can only get an ad in the front and the back. So I won't switch over to my other channel.
Welcome back to the video.
But that was his YouTube if y'all want to check it out.
My portfolio today.
He's got video quality is pretty good. The editing is pretty good. So I'm pretty sure I'll be able to say I've seen him at 5,000. He'll probably be able to go up too.
The biggest holding is Microsoft. This makes up 28% of my portfolio. I'll show you all the ticker symbols down below.
Okay, let's check.
Stock mid-20.
All right, I'm gonna let him talk, but let's see Microsoft because I don't.
20s, and initially I made this 50% of my portfolio. What?
50%? Oh, he is wildin'. Hold on. So Microsoft. January 3rd, it was $334. Year to date, it's down 18% to $274. So you lost money on
Matter
that.
of fact, even last year when I started my channel 10 months ago, it was still 50% of my portfolio. But I decided to trim it because I want to invest in some other companies. But obviously that wasn't a smart decision because all those companies managed to fall more than Microsoft. Emotional damage! So even today,
guess you're not perfect
Microsoft
either.
still remains the best performer. I'm sure you might be thinking 28% definitely seems aggressive. The portfolio might not be well diversified. Just so you know, I'm actually being a bit conservative here. In my mom's case, she only has 3 stocks and Microsoft is the biggest position. It makes up 55% of her portfolio.
Jesus.
The performance is definitely
What's it with you guys in Microsoft?
better than my portfolio. But here's the best thing, it's actually less volatile than the index. So if you check her performance with NASDAQ, she's done much better, but the portfolio is even less volatile. I guess the only thing that helps me sleep better here is that I made the portfolio, so I guess I can take some credit. You're a goddamn genius! Now, one regular complaint I get with this company is that it's a large cap, it has a PE ratio of 30, and it's only growing by what, 10 or 15%? So how can you still get double-digit returns? And in my previous video, I've perfectly explained why this is actually possible. So if you'd like to know more about it, you can simply click over here. The second stock is Alphabet. This makes up 16% of my portfolio. And I have to admit, I am a bit disappointed because I wanted Alphabet to be more than Microsoft. So ideally, 30%, 35% of my portfolio, even 40%, I don't mind that. The only problem is I don't want to add extra capital to my portfolio because I always show you my portfolio value in my thumbnails and I want you to judge my returns. If I add extra capital...
So Apple as of last year is also down year to date, is down 20 excuse me, only 11%. It was at $180. It's at $161
The
right now.
portfolio value, yes, it'll go up by 10,000 or 15,000, but that's not gains. I added that money. By the way, if you're liking this video and you like to support my channel, please click the like button down below. It really helps.
I don't want to steal
why
all of
add
his
it and why
stuff.
make it so big? Mainly because of two reasons. The
I just want to hear the other one.
it's down by 2.
Because I need to go to the gym, y'all. I'm sorry.
Included, and
Oh, Facebook.
investors, because it literally underperformed everything, index included, and you know the best part, it also underperformed compared to Twitter. Twitter is not even profitable.
People, he did the 5-year. Let's see what it looks like in the year to date. It's down 45%. 45. It was at 338, and it's down 45%. It's lost 100. It was at $338, and it's at $184 today. Let's see how much he said he put in there. See, that's what I'm saying. I just think it's interesting. Like, everybody's lost money, and that doesn't mean Facebook isn't a good company. In fact, I might put an option on it, or I might put an option on that because we know it's gonna go back
Stock
up.
performance, well, investors are definitely not happy. As you can see over here, it only gave you 66%. I say only because it literally underperformed everything, index included, and you know the best part, it also underperformed compared to Twitter.
See how he hit 5-year to show that it's up 58%. But if you do the year, it depends on when he bought it. Like, pretty sure he probably didn't buy it in what year was that? 2017. I'm pretty sure he didn't buy it then.
Twitter is not even profitable, by the way, yet Facebook only managed to give you 66%. I think it's a good time to admit.
Let me see.
And only gave you 66%.
Okay, so he did.
Revenue managed to grow by more than 20% every year. Pace, but most importantly, the stock is also very stable. Now that is a lethal combination. Alphabet at the same time, it's only down by 5%. So in this case,
I just want to see how much he paid for it.
Grow its revenue at a rapid pace, but most importantly, the stock is also very stable. Now that is a lethal combination. But now let's talk about a company that's definitely far from ideal, and that's Facebook, or basically Meta platforms. In the last 5 years, revenue managed to grow by more than 20% every year, and earnings did something similar. Yet, when we take a look at the stock performance, well, investors are definitely not happy. As you can see over here, it only gave you 66%. I say only because it literally underperformed everything, index included, and you know the best part, it also underperformed compared to Twitter. Twitter is not even profitable, by the way, yet Facebook only managed to give you 66%. I think it's a good time to admit I also have Facebook in my portfolio. Yeah, it makes up 7% of my portfolio. 3 years ago, I started.
Okay, so that's, I'm not going to continue the video. 7% of his portfolio is Facebook, but that's what I'm saying. Like, people are losing money right now, but to say Facebook is at $184 right now, to say that it won't go up is just not the case. It'll probably be at $300 in the next year or so. So I'll probably try to see how much an option is for that as well. But yeah, I think that's all I got for y'all. I don't think y'all care. Y'all know how to look up options. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and a holla.
Dreams has always been vivid.